of this world. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Casual Revolt. I am here with my dad. There he is. Okay, we're both teachers. We were both social studies teachers. And today we're going to be reacting to Donald Trump's speech on Veterans Day, of which my family has sort of some history. So, Dad, would you like to explain the history there?
Sure. On my side of the family, my grandfather, my Sicilian grandfather, those of you who've heard me tell that story before, uh, he came over here, and then when the U.S. got involved in World War One, he joined the army and went over in World War One. He went over there, and when I say he joined the army, I don't mean he was drafted. He joined the army because this new immigrant was so proud of his new country. Number two, my dad. Um, Also was in the war, World War II, that is. And this is my dad. Let's see if I can get this up. Oh, it's Samuel, my son. So anyway, and some of you've heard this before. I apologize, but he fought in World War II. He went in back then, close to the war. Men were expected to be in the army for, I think it was a year. He was in then for the duration of the war. He fought in North Africa. He fought, uh, he landed at Omaha Beach on D-Day on June 6th, fought his way across Europe all the way to the Elbe River. He also was one of the very, very first American soldiers to come across Dachau.
The concentration camp, the
Yes.
first concentration camp in Germany.
Wounded 3 times while doing this and patched up and sent right back in, and he never regretted it. If you see combat, I've read this over and over again. If you see actual combat, you'll get PSD.
PTSD. Yep.
PTSD. You'll get PTSD. But he had it. He had seen so much. When the whole family, now my son and my daughter weren't born yet, but the rest of the family went to Europe our first time. We went to Normandy and we drove and parked right at a parking spot that overlooked Omaha Beach. And my dad got very quiet. And for, quite a while, I'd say about 20 minutes, he refused. When I say refused, he would not talk to us. We would talk to him, he'd look at us, and then continue walking. And found out later on, he told me, he says, I did, I knew you were talking to me because I could see your lips moving. But he said, all I could hear for that while was the gunfire, the shell fire, the screaming of the man. It drowned everything out. So there's that PTSD. When we went down to the beach to get a close look at it, because where we were was up a little higher where some of the German bunkers were, he refused to go out onto the sand because he said, lost too many friends out here. I just can't walk on it. And about that time, a woman on a horse went galloping down the beach. And my mom, feeling very badly for my dad, said, "That's not right." And my dad looked at her and said, "What's not right?" Said, "She's riding that horse across sacred sand that our young men spilled their blood on that sand." And my dad, just like a lot of veterans would usually speak up and say something like this, he actually said, please don't feel that way because that's why we were here. That's why we invaded. That's why we spilled our blood, gave our lives so that could happen. And
Amazing.
and that and a lot of veterans are like that, just not my dad. So I'm you know Veterans Day is a little bit a lot for me.
Okie dokie. So what we're going to be watching is Donald Trump's speech on Veterans Day. What do you expect we're going to hear in this in regards to Donald Trump? Let's make some
Uh,
predictions here.
well, generally speaking, what I think we're going to see is he's going to do that let's dance around and get off topic. And
Hmm.
it says, I know he calls it the rope a dope in order to confuse the
He also
people.
has calls. I like to weave my words. I'm
Right.
weaving. Okay.
That's right. And I'm thinking, you don't do that type of stuff. You're here to honor veterans. You're here to do honor them for what they did for this country. Something you didn't do, Mr. Trump.
Hmm.
Um, you got out of having to be in the army. And anyway, and so that's what you're supposed to do. It's not about you. It's not
Right.
about the president.
So
But
you
I'm
think? So I'm sorry.
afraid
Sorry to cut. So you think he's just going to be like kind of weaving and going
at
around and
some point he
okay.
is.
All right. Yeah, because I expect he's just going to mainly be talking about himself. We'll
Yeah.
see. All right. Here we go. Let's see what nonsense we got to get ourselves into.
Thank you, JD.
Oh, that crowd looks excited.
Thank you very much to our great Vice President. It was a good decision I made.
Oh, here we go.
This morning
Already.
on these hallowed grounds where generations of American heroes rest in eternal glory. On Veterans Day, we honor those who have worn the uniform, who have borne the battle, who have stood to watch, and whose ranks have formed the mighty wall of flesh and blood, bravery and devotion that has defended our freedom for 200.
Also, that's just kind of creepy, like a wall of flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Because he talks about the wall down along the down along the U.S.-Mexican border,
Yeah.
I think that that's pretty cheap of him to throw that in. Now, he may have done it ignorantly, which wouldn't surprise me,
Yeah. What else is new?
but it's just like, the wall of flesh and blood as opposed to the wall of railroad cars and steel girders.
Yeah, and you can imagine probably someone was trying to explain to him how important veterans are, so they used a metaphor he would understand because he's all about build the wall, build the wall. So they're like,
Yeah.
Mr. Trump, veterans are like a wall, but for protecting the country, their bodies are the wall. And then he goes, that make like you can imagine that's probably
150 years. Today, to every veteran, we love our veterans. We say the words too often left unsaid. Thank you for your service. Thank you very much.
Okay, stop.
what do you say?
I don't want to be disgraceful or bad toward our veterans. I'm saying that from the point of view in the past, he has made derogatory comments about veterans, those that get wounded,
Yep.
those like former like
John
now
McCain.
deceased, John McCain, who was captured and
I
put
like
in,
soldiers who aren't captured, he
that's
said.
right,
Yeah.
and he was in that prison where he was tortured and all that, and he has made some pretty bad derogatory remarks about them.
Hmm.
So it's like, so all of a sudden you changed your mind, Mr. Trump?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not to mention cutting a lot of benefits that would go to
And we
benefit,
want to also
you
say
know.
thank you for carrying America's fate on your strong, very broad, and proud shoulders. Each of
What?
you has earned the respect and the gratitude of our entire nation. We love you, we salute you, and we will never forget what you have done to keep America safe, sovereign, and free. Thank you very much.
Standard fare.
And we're
Yeah.
also honored to be joined by a great man. He will go down as a great man someday. Speaker Mike Johnson. Speaker.
Oh,
He will go down. Okay, compared to the soldiers that they're supposed to be honoring, Mike Johnson, not a great man. Okay.
my God, why did you segue to that? My dad was a better man and a greater man than Mike Johnson ever will be.
Yeah. So were a lot of soldiers.
God, yes. When I say my dad, I'm including all the soldiers who've been in a war, but I know my dad's story. So please understand, I mean all soldiers. And it's like, you're there on, you are.
Yeah, he views everything as a political event, right? So he has to give out the
I
kudos.
want to hear it, not really, but I do want to hear what he's going to have to say about that.
Well, let's see.
Wherever you may be, Speaker. We love you,
President.
Speaker. There he is,
Oh,
right
look
there.
at you.
Good. Got a good location.
God.
He always gets.
Ha ha ha, this is so funny. Ha ha ha. We're trying to celebrate veterans that fought and died. Ha ha ha.
But Mike Johnson's got a good location.
Yeah, you got it. He also has a boring name, by the way. Mike Johnson. That's like 2 first names, right? Like, anyway.
It's a good location. And congratulations to you and to John and to everybody on a very big victory. We're opening up our country.
Here we go.
Should have never been closed.
It's a
You're right. You're right.
veterans.
Here you go. Already the segue, right?
Ask God.
Should have never been closed.
Well, then why
I
did
want
the
to thank
Republicans close it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my view.
Yeah. Why did
They
they
don't
close
want
it?
to extend health benefits to those who can't afford it. Now, if you're wealthy, great.
Right.
But if
Yeah.
you can't afford it, let's eliminate that, which
Yeah.
is what they're trying to do in that budget.
And then the weak, corrupt Democrats caved. Anyway, so
And on
don't you love our
Veterans
politicians?
Day,
Yeah. Don't
you
you?
fought to keep this country free and liberty.
Yeah.
Okay,
Insane.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. We love it. We love it.
Secretary Doug Collins, who's outstanding, just done a fantastic job for the veterans. We have a 92% approval rating. We took that up from 38%
What do you
from a
mean?
certain.
Wait, 98% approval rating for yourself? Because that's definitely not true.
It's the highest it is right now of the different polls because I actually looked it up not too long ago. It was 42%.
Yeah, not
And
high
some
for him.
polls put him down around 39 also.
Yeah. So is he even referring to himself? Like, if he is, he's just lying. And if
He's lying. Veterans Day. Do you really expect this man to change?
Of course not.
This piece of a lump of fatty flesh called president? Really?
Okay.
Okay, and while I'm on that,
Uh-huh.
he's talking about earlier. He said the strong shoulders, and he and Hegseth criticized that some of the
Yeah, during
military
that.
are overweight, especially the generals. We've got to do something about that. Well,
Yeah.
guess what, Bubba? You are the commander in chief,
Yeah.
which means you're the head guy over the military.
And you're
And have
obese.
you looked in the mirror lately? Can you see your feet?
Yes. By the way, no
Oh.
shade towards overweight or obese people
No.
or whatever, but
It's the comments that he made.
it's the hypocrisy, right? Okay.
Previous administration that we won't mention. Also, Secretary of War. We like the sound of that better than the other. Secretary Pete
God.
Hegseth. Pete, thank you very much. Thank you, Pete. Great job.
Moses.
Our great Attorney General,
Bless
Pam
you.
Bondi.
Excuse me.
Pam, thank you very
Ew.
much. Thank you.
Why is he thanking them?
Secretary Doug Burgum. Doug, thank you. Thank you very much for being
God.
here, Doug. A #1 energy person anywhere in the world, acknowledged. I was amazed that he took the job, and he did it without hesitation. What he gave up, what Doug gave up, what all of them gave up.
What these
nobody-
people laying there in the graves gave up. you
Yeah.
jerk.
I love this. What
More animated
Yeah.
than I have in anything
well,
else.
what they gave up while they're sitting in Arlington Cemetery,
Yes.
which is
Oh.
all these.
Nobody
Okay.
would ever know, but Secretary Chris Wright, #1 anywhere in the world, acknowledged. And drill, baby, drill, Chris, right? Drill, baby, drill.
Why? What does oil have to do with any of this? I'm
Yes.
very confused.
But is he trying
Uh,
to? I mean, okay, I'm really going to stretch this. But is he trying to say, "Oh, these great men and women buried here died so we can have oil"?
That mean, right?
I mean,
Kind of.
you're supposed to be talking about Veterans Day,
Historically,
honoring
yeah.
the veterans, and
Historically, some people did die because we wanted oil. But anyway, moving on.
The energy prices are way down, and they're going further. Secretary
okay, according
Linda
to AAA,
McMahon.
according to AAA, 2 days ago I looked this up. It's gone down 2 cents this time last year.
Oh wow, big
Yeah,
drops in energy.
nationwide. Now it could
Yeah.
be steeper here and there, but it
Mhm.
was like,
Mhm.
Education, moving education back to the states, Linda, right? Getting
Oh,
it back to
no.
the states where it
liar,
belongs.
liar, pants on fire, moving it back to the states. Didn't he threaten to cut off funding to schools?
Yep.
Not just universities and colleges, but also public schools
Mhm.
if anybody doesn't follow what he wants them to teach.
Yeah.
That whole what is it called? That
Project 2025.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that talks about some of these topics.
Yes.
He is preventing freedom of thought, freedom of speech, freedom of expression in schools.
Yeah.
And he says he's returning the control back to the states.
Yeah, folks, go watch some of my PragerU reaction videos. A little plug here because I react because they're trying to push to have
Ah.
PragerU videos taught in schools, and they are being taught in some schools now, even though it's all a bunch of misinformation. And I dismantle that. By the way, it's not really they want it to go back to the states. They want it to go. They want schools to be privatized. That's another big thing. They want them to be charter school set up. They want to dole out the school system to their friends for profit. Anyway.
Chavez, DeReamer. Thank you, Laurie, very much. Director Russ Vote.
Oh, who cares?
Director, thank you. What a good job he's doing. Cutting,
That's it.
but fairly cutting.
This is gross. I feel like they all need to get a room. Like, why are we watching this public? I can't even say this on YouTube. You know what I'm trying to imply here. Like this is not something that we should be publicly having to see.
Right.
It's an offense to our eyes.
Yeah, it's. Oh, what are you there for?
I know.
Yourself, it looks like.
Yeah, of course. He's always. That's all that Trump has
Mister,
ever.
I got bone spurs, and that's something that people looked into, and they cannot get the actual records. But even back then, it was rumored. Now, I'm going to say rumored that Daddy helped get him out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh no doubt. The wealthy always can get away with this crap. So,
Director Tulsi Gabbard, thank you, Director. Ambassador Jameson Greer, what a job he's done. We've taken in trillions of dollars in tariffs, and we want to keep it that way.
Give it up.
It's good for our country, I can tell you, including national security. General Dan Kane. General, thank you. He's a real general. And congratulations on...
As opposed to a fake general. He's probably a real general to Trump because he likes Trump or is obedient to Trump, which Trump is a real general because his administration has fired tons of admirals and generals who are sufficiently obedient.
I'm waiting for him to appoint General Mills in charge of the military.
Right.
Wiping out the nuclear capability of Iran in about a matter of seconds once they got there.
That's debatable.
Some of his own intelligence people
that's
leaked
debatable.
out that they didn't destroy it.
That's debatable.
It may have slowed it down, but it didn't destroy it.
Yeah, and by the way, he's the one that pulled us out of the Iran nuclear deal, which was preventing the development of those weapons to begin with.
Yep.
So
They traveled a total of 37 hours, but once they got there, they were very quick. And also to many other very distinguished guests. We have an amazing group of people. I'd like to name every one of you, but I think a lot of people would be upset. It's a little cold.
Yeah, please don't name all of them, please.
I'm not going to be upset. I am upset.
Yeah, okay, please don't make us sit through the naming.
The pages of American history are filled with the tales of titans, icons, innovators, and trailblazers who built this country into the greatest, most ambitious, and most prosperous nation the world has ever seen. And we brought it to new levels. I'll tell you, we were going in the direction.
To new levels of what?
Yeah, also, I'm not trying to be too critical of the United States during a Veterans Day speech, but there's lots of wealth inequality. It's not like that prosperity has been for everyone, and he especially has not done much for the prosperity of the American people. I mean, who watching this feels so much more prosperous under Trump? I'm sure maybe some of you do, but if you're wealthy, you do. But okay.
For a period of time, but we've never been hotter than we are right now. This is the hottest country anywhere in the world. Yet every captain of industry...
maybe true because of climate change, which he's doing nothing to stop.
Or also, too, he loves to talk a lot. That's a lot of hot air.
Yeah, a lot of hot air coming out of him now. He always says it's hot. Everything, America's so hot.
Every pioneer of science and every star...
Which are leaving the country, by the way, because of all the cuts to science.
Whose brilliance has lit up the lights of Broadway, all share one thing in common. They only had the chance to soar because the veterans had the courage to serve. They took care of those people. They took care of all the stars. The stars that you read about wouldn't be here without our veterans. Everything we have, everything our country is...
Yeah, no, I would bet, Dad, that probably there was like a Hollywood star that said something negative about him recently. And so now he's like, the star should remember that the veterans, like, you tell it's a personal grievance thing, probably, that he's even bringing it up.
This is so disrespectful.
It is. The whole thing is disrespectful.
Steve has been
Not
purchased
surprising.
by the muscle, spine, and steel of the United States military. Our service members, our own words, are the greatest possible tribute to their immortal valor. Shortly before the Battle of Bull Run, Major Sullivan Ballou of Rhode Island became a big name, didn't he? Wrote to his dear wife, Sarah. He said, "I know how great a debt we owe to those who went before us," he said. "And I'm willing, perfectly willing, darling, to lay down all my joys of this life to help maintain this government and to pay that debt." Just 1 week later, Major Ballou did just that. He gave his life to save our country, On the night before he jumped into the dark skies over Normandy on
Pause it.
D-Day, Colonel
Whoa,
Bull.
back up. What? Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Did he
You
just?
kept going. Do you want me to pause it? Is that what you wanted?
Yes. Could you back it
Okay,
up
yeah,
just a tad
sure.
there? I'm so busy trying to jump in.
Dead. Just 1 week later, Major Ballou did just that. He gave his life to save our country. On the night before he jumped into the dark skies over Normandy on D-Day, Colonel Bull Wolverton
Okay, I see what you
knelt
say.
with his
Yes,
men
stop,
in.
please. The man from the Civil War that he just talked about, I used to teach about actually in school to the kids because of that letter. Now, our grand president here is paraphrasing it, and but there's a hell of a lot more to that letter that he should realize.
We're actually going to pull up that letter, and my dad here is going to read it so that you all know
Well, part of
what
it.
it's. Part of it is going to read part of it. So that's what we're about to do. We might as well look up the letter he's referring to.
Like I said, he does say at the very beginning. In the it says, "My very dear wife," and this is from headquarters, Camp Clark, Washington, D.C., July 14th, 1861. And it says, "Indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow, lest I should not be able to write you again. I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall under your eye when I shall be no more. Our movement may be one of the few days duration, maybe one of a few days duration, and full of pleasure, and it may be one of severe conflict and death to me. Not my will, but thine, O God, be done. It is necessary that I should fall on the battlefield for any country. I am ready. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how strongly American civilization now leans upon the triumph of government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us through the blood and suffering of the revolution, and I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all my joys of this life to help maintain the government and to pay that debt. Now, what I want to point out is that you also got to take this in context. This was in 61, which would have been about 90 years after the Declaration of Independence. So this is, 90 years since we declared and we fought in the American Revolution. And so it is. He is referring to memories and stories he heard as a kid, and to protect that country that espoused the not just what was in the Declaration of Independence, but in the Constitution. And what he was fighting for was to keep the country together, not to break it apart. He was talking about helping the free, the enslaved people, not to kick people out.
Mm.
And it's different than what he is using it for.
Of course he is.
Very different.
Of course.
Now, Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break. The memories of all the blissful moments I have spent with you crowding over me, and I feel most deeply grateful to God and you that I have enjoyed them so long, and how hard it is for me to give them up and burn to ashes the hopes of future years, when, God willing, we might still have lived and loved together and seen our boys grow up to honorable manhood around us. Um, and I'm going to jump down. It says, "Forgive my faults and the many pains I have caused you. How thoughtless, how foolish I oftentimes been. How gladly would I wash out with my tears every little spot upon your happiness and struggle with all the misfortune of this world." Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Um, to shield. Okay. And perhaps it is. Let's see here. Forgive my many faults. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm fine. But I must watch you from the spirit land, and however near you, you will buffet the storms with your precious little freight and wait with sad patience till we meet to part no more. Um,
Folks, you have to understand, we're watching Donald Trump, who's massively disrespecting the memory of these people. Okay.
yes, okay, here we go. But, oh, Sarah, if the dead can come back to this earth and flit unseen around those they love, I shall always bear near you, or I'm sorry, be near you in the garish day and the darkest night amidst your happiest scenes, and cool air cools your throbbing temples. It shall be my spirit passing. Sarah, do not mourn me, dear. Think I am gone and wait for me, for we shall meet again. As for my little boys, they will grow as I have done and never know a father's love and care. Little Willie is too young to remember me long, and my blue-eyed Jaeger, Edgar, will keep my frolics with him among the dimmest memories of his childhood, Sarah. I have limited confidence. I have unlimited confidence in your material care and your development of their characters. Tell my two mothers, I call God's blessing upon them. Oh, Sarah, I wait for you there. Come to me and lead thither my children. It touches me.
Yeah. And Donald Trump is just respecting that.
Yes.
That's where we've come to. A tale of love, humanity, etc., from this guy who's about to lose his
Yeah,
family.
and look what he's doing.
He's about to lose
And
his
he
son.
invokes this guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Insane. All right. You good, Dad?
yep.
Okay. Let us continue.
Today, we remember with overwhelming gratitude the more than 1 million American service members who have made the supreme sacrifice and laid down their lives for the good old USA. Generation after generation, America's warriors have left behind the comforts of home and family to face violence, evil, and death so that our families could know joy, goodness, and peace. We honor them so strongly. Our heroes have lived through
You hear that
unthinkable
kid crying in
nightmares
the
so we
background?
Yes.
I don't blame the child. I'd be crying. I'm like, I wouldn't want to be there either.
could live the American dream. And the American dream is coming back again, stronger than
How
ever before.
dare you?
Mhm.
All these people that died, who fought in these wars, they always supported that American dream. And that American dream was there in one form or another. You're talking like my dad and that generation from World War II. They didn't bring the American dream back. Well, USOB.
Mm-hmm.
In September 2009, Army Captain William Swenson was driving through the Afghan mountains when his convoy was ambushed by over 60 Taliban insurgents. He and his comrades were pinned down for hours without artillery or air support. A fellow soldier was shot in the chest, and Captain Swenson crossed an open field to aid his brother in arms. People
Who
said,
have you
"Don't do
aided
it,
lately
Captain.
there,
Don't do
Mr.
it."
President?
Mm-hmm.
But he did it. And for his actions that day, he proudly wears the Congressional Medal of Honor. Colonel Swenson, thank you very much. Thank you very much, please. Thank you.
Wow.
Isn't that the highest honor you can get?
In the military.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very
See,
much.
okay, I'm just going to say something. I'm not disrespecting our veterans, but when I look at the man who is spouting this,
Mm-hmm. You're repulsed.
it's repulsed because he's also made comments to the contrary in the past. Some of the stuff he has done to people, destroy their lives. It just overwhelms me. And I know people are in a hurry to hurry up and compare him to Hitler, but he did
I don't know
something.
if it is that much of a hurry, but go ahead.
And that's similar to some speeches that Hitler gave on his rise to power, how great the veterans were, and we are going to return Germany to being the greatest nation on earth. I mean,
It's
he
called
did say that stuff,
yeah, it's by the oopsie.
and he didn't. But the bottom line is he really was.
Yeah, so that's called palingenetic ultranationalism. It is the basis of fascist ideology, the idea of we need a national rebirth to return the country to some mythical past to push it forward into the future. Trump loves that. I think of the phrase make America great again. That's national rebirth stuff. Like that's something that could have come straight out of Hitler's mouth. Make Germany great again.
Yep.
We need a national rebirth. Let's rebuild the German Reich, okay? Like it's very
And did
fascist
you know
language.
even in Nazi Germany they had a word, and I don't remember what it is, the term that translates into fake news,
Mhm.
and that
Lügenpresse.
yes, and
Mhm.
Hitler and his buddies used that a lot, pointing to the papers, saying it's
Mhm.
fake news, and he was actually trying to destroy the nation and remake it in his image, which and that's not making it great again. That's making it bad,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm seeing here.
Yep. If you like my content, please click the join button below. And for as little as 99 cents per month, you can help support my channel. Follow if you haven't already. You can also support me on Patreon. I go live almost every day doing live streams, except for Wednesdays and Sundays. You can find me underneath this video. You can find links. Please join our Discord. We have a fast growing Discord with a large growing community on there. We have about 150 people on there. All right.
And
It's
sometimes he'll have me as a guest.
Yeah, sometimes I'll have him as a guest, right? Yeah. So,
I
okay.
threaten him.